Hello everybody and welcome back to the Snapthis channel. Now today's video we're going to be talking about essential tips and tricks to help you guys out get the better experience on your Snapchat application. Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to the Snapthis channel. My name is Carl Lightning and I help you guys out in the Snapchat community and make the most of the Snapchat application. Now I've done videos like this before, but this one is about essential tips and tricks that are going to make Snapchat more enjoyable and relaxing to use. Now the aim of this video is to make you have a better Snapchat experience, something that you don't have to think about when using the application. You'll find some of these tools just make it a bit easier and saves a lot of time. Tip number 1, and this is to utilise the private story section inside the Snapchat application. So you have a normal story, which if you add to that, it sends it off to your friends. A private story is a little bit more intimate where you set the access. So you would then create a private story, you would choose the friends you want to see it, and once you've created that private story, you can then send Snapchats to your normal story, or you now have the option to choose your private story. And essentially what this is, anyone you gave access to it can only view that Snapchat. Now this is really good because obviously if you've got more intimate moments or anything that you're doing that you don't think everyone on your Snapchat story needs to see, you can send it across to sort of keep it separated. Do be careful though, because of course screenshots can still be taken, so it's not private from everybody, but it does sort of limit who actually gets to see it. Now for anybody who's on the other side of a private story, so someone has invited you to view theirs, look out for this icon on Snapchat. It's a little purple circle with a padlock around your friend's story, and this means some content inside here is private and shared with you, so you're sort of in their inner circle. Moving on to tip number 2, and what this tip's going to talk about is basically anything you add to your story, that could be your private or your normal story, is automatically going to save to your memories. And trust me, this is one of the best features that Snapchat put in. It's so small that when you have it switched on you forget about it, but it's more relaxing because then you don't have to think, oh, do I need to go and save that before 24 hours runs out? So now to enable this, all you've got to do is go straight into the Snapchat application, go to your settings, down to the memories section, and inside here you'll see auto save my story snaps. Slide that toggle on, and once that's been enabled, now anything you add to your story or your private and custom stories as well, this is another toggle you can switch on, they will add straight to your memories. And this is a stress-free Snapchat experience then, because once it's on your story, you know it's gone into your memories. And with me being more a person that posts on my story, I don't have to think about saving my snaps anymore because the majority of the time they're going to be in my memories. Staying with the memory section, tip number 3 is about Snapchat memories. If you don't know this, there's a secret section called My Eyes Only, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. This is pictures that you can store on your Snapchat or off your camera roll in a locked section of Snapchat. Now, if you do decide to set up My Eyes Only, you do need a password, obviously, to keep people out that shouldn't be going into it. And if you forget that password, the snaps, well, they go. They obviously get deleted or removed off the application. These do not back up. If you forget your password, Snapchat can't even help you. So if you are going to use this, make sure you do not forget your My Eyes Only password. Inside My Eyes Only, you can add any Snapchat or video that has been taken on the Snapchat application, and you can also swipe into the camera roll section inside memories, select a few of those photos and videos, and you can hit the 3 dots at the bottom and you can do hide, and that will put it into My Eyes Only. However, if you do the camera roll section, just make sure that you delete it out my deleted items in the phone's camera roll, because it will stay there for 30 days, especially if you're using an iPhone. So if you want to completely remove it from the phone and keep it just in Snapchat, make sure to remove the evidence from your deleted items. Moving on, we're going to talk about tip number 4 in my tips, and that is essentially making the chat stay for 24 hours. If you don't know this, it's not a new feature, but you can enable the chat to stay for 24 hours. We're talking about the blue messages on Snapchat, and these disappear instantly once you've opened it. Now, my preference when I talk to anyone, if it's a friend or actually like you guys, if you speak to me on Snapchat, I usually set the chat to 24 hours because I'm always a busy person, in and out of things, and I sort of forget conversations. What the 24-hour chat will do is, instead of the chat disappearing straight away after I've read it, it gives me 24 hours to go back and swipe up and see what we've been talking about. So it's a recommendation from me. It's a feature I wish was not default, but more promoted on Snapchat, because I find it's really useful. Because like I said, as a busy person, sometimes you can swipe in. It's not something you've got time to answer now, but you can always come back within the day. So I just find it useful. Here's a comparison. If you were to open a Snapchat on Instant, you can see the messages there. swiping out of it and then back into it, it is gone. There is no record of this. But on the 24-hour chat, as you can see, I can swipe in and out as many times. I've just got to pull down again, and you can see inside the Snapchat application that message would stay for 24 hours. Of course, there is the save feature. If you push and hold on any message, that will save until you choose to unsave it. But do remember, there is a delete feature with that. So if you save a message and someone deletes it, it is gone. But the point of this one is just giving the chat a bit more flow. So 24-hour chat is definitely something that I promote on the Snapchat application. My final thing that's going to improve your Snapchat experience, this is number 5, and this is definitely the coolest one and one you're going to utilize more in the summer. And the reason why is it's actually a pair of sunglasses that can record Snapchats that you can put straight onto your story. Now, these also come in all different sizes, shapes and colours, and really you can make the most out of the Snapchat spectacles. They started back 2 years ago on the Gen 1s that look a bit like this, and these still hold up to today's date. Like the quality between the new, which is the Gen 3s, which are these ones here, and these ones that are on my face, they still do the same thing. Obviously the Gen 3s have way more features, like they can do like an augmented reality, implementing Snapchat lenses into the video, as this is just your standard point and shoot. This one is not waterproof though, but this is your standard getting into spectacles. It's such a unique experience. It's the first camera I've ever met that doesn't film in a rectangle or a square. It's actually a circle video, and it essentially allows you to rotate your phone around. It's one of the best features of spectacles. What you're actually watching now is the video and audio from the Spectacles 3. My cameraman is literally wearing the camera this time. Are you enjoying your experience over there, Liam?
Yes.
It is an amazing out and about camera, and is also essentially like a camera on your head. It is amazing. One of my good friends, Nicholas Dominici, uses the version 1, so he hasn't even got the newest version. And what he's done is he's popped out the lenses, put his own prescription lenses in, and just wears it as a day-to-day camera. Crikey, that's weird. Now, if you want to follow Nicholas and his journey through with the spectacles, you can follow his snap code here. He's not just a guy who creates spectacles content, he also does Snapchat lenses. He is an official lens creator, and he also just promotes really good content on his story. So give it a scan, give him a follow, and say hi, and tell him that I sent him, because I know he's a big fan of the channel. So but that's everything I've got for you in terms of the 5 tips. Obviously, if you can, get yourself a pair of spectacles. This is the only bit that's going to cost you. The rest of the stuff is just useful to have switched on in Snapchat, because like I said, it enhances your experience and just makes it a better place to when you're on the Snapchat application. Now, every time I do a Snapchat theme video, we always do Lens of the Week, and this week's lens, the winner is Cyrene with her nose draw lens. This is really good. I don't know how she scripted this, but she allows you to draw your nose whenever your mouth is open. Here's a video of Liam trying to draw Yoda with his mouth and nose. Yeah, it's an interesting one, Cyrene, so I'm going to give you Lens of the Week this week, so congratulations. And that is pretty much everything I've got for you in today's episode. If you have enjoyed today's video, then let us know in the comment section below. And of course, if you're new around here, you can subscribe to the Snapthis channel and leave us a like if you enjoyed it. These tips are some of the best that I can come up with without needing to install anything or do any hard work. It's just there to make Snapchat easier. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.